everyone. Welcome to the End of All Hope Season 2 recap episode. I am Robert Lamb, writer and producer of End of All Hope, and I edited a couple episodes here and there too. With me, what?
I said stop staring at me so hard.
I have to face this way.
I know, but it's weird.
With
Okay,
me is Hope Ennis, who voices
Ava.
I was going to say that, but you can
You
finish
look
my
like you were
sentences.
struggling.
Nah, I remember your name in the.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I write it, so. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So me and Hope are here to talk about End of All Hope Season 2. I think we already talked about why your name, or like how weird it is that your name is in the title.
Because you're inspired by me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about that?
I was inspired by you. That's why I made it an apocalyptic drama.
Where I'm the lead.
Yeah. But when I think of Hope, I think of dread.
You think of leadership.
No, just dread.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But, you know, there's really no... Okay. God. This is going to be an interesting podcast. This is going to be an interesting one.
You've already...
Hope hates talking on the mics.
Just like...
That's why when we record, when Hope has to record all her
really
lines, it takes hours to record one script.
But I'm not an actor. Like, it's just...
I agree.
Well, thanks.
No, that's true.
Thanks,
That's true.
thanks.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah. There's some people who come in here when I go to record them, and they just record 3 lines, next line. That 3 times, you know what I mean? Like, they give me 3 takes, then we're on to the next line. 3 takes, on to the next line.
I'm not a robot.
You and I, it takes like 2 hours.
But that's because like, we're fun.
Sure.
Like, you're saying those people are boring that just come in, do it, whatever. Like, we're fun. I'm fun.
I will say...
I just think you should say that.
There's a level of professionalism
that I don't have.
That eludes you.
Have you already submitted like the bloopers and everything?
The bloopers. The bloopers?
Oh, bloopers. Yeah, that's what it's called. Bloopers?
Bloom. Bloom.
I don't know what I'm thinking. But have you already done that?
The bloopers are on Patreon. So if you want to donate to us, I was going to do this later in the show, but this is a good segue.
Well,
if you go to patreon.com/7lamb, the number 7 LAMB, you can donate as little as $1 a month, and it all goes to creating a podcast such as this. That's the plug.
Well,
but
I
yes, the
was
bloopers,
saying-
we have bloopers on Patreon.
But who's like the main?
Probably you, yes.
Thank you. Because I'm fun.
You want it. I will say it's a toss-up between you and Jack. Now, Jack Austin plays Ambridge, but when I record him, he likes to do like different voices and go crazy with it.
But his is like fun, like, hey, I'm going to be like a method actor. And mine's like, what's that line again?
Yeah. Like,
I can't read the word like brave or something.
Or you like to do that thing where you don't want to read it the way it's written. So you decide if you can change it up a little bit every single line.
Well, sometimes I feel like
Why'd you write it like this?
Because sometimes I feel like I am Ava and I know her better than you do, even though you created her, but whatever. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to say that.
Listen, I'm all for it. Some people, improvise a little bit.
You do. You'll let me change things.
As long as you change it up where it's not like conflicting with the story elements, I'm fine with it. So it's like, if you change it up a little bit to make it sound. I do a thing where I do a lot of run-on sentences. I like long sentences.
Yeah, especially for the voiceovers.
I know. I'm trying to get all that information in.
I know. Well, let's get to the matter at hand. What are we talking about?
She points to my little cheat sheet of things to talk about. I mean, we already did kind of talk about like the recording acting process, at least for you. But okay, so with season one ended. It feels so long ago, though.
I know. When did it start? Like
season one or season 2?
Season 1, like when we started recording.
When the first episode I ever released of End of All Hope came out in 2015.
That's what I was going to say.
That was a long time ago.
I know that was a long time
We're
ago.
only 2 seasons in. It's been 4 years.
It's been a long time.
Well, okay, so there were some like issues after we released a few episodes of season 1. I actually went off on my own and created like a new production company. So like because of that, things slowed down for a little bit. But this past year, I feel like it kind of picked up.
Sped up, yeah.
You've been recording a lot more than you were before that. So, I mean, like
That is true.
And we release an episode normally every 2 weeks, like for season 2. And I think that started at the beginning of this last year, 2018.
Yeah.
So January. And then every 2 weeks we release an episode, except for the finale. That one took a hell of a lot of time to edit. And you were complaining about it because it was too long.
It was way too long.
Come on, but it was good.
It was good, but it was so long.
I know. Like, as I was writing it, I was like, damn it, I gotta edit this.
Hope's gonna hate this.
Yeah. I think we did it in a few segments too, recording. I don't think we did it all at one time.
No, I was about to say, I remember coming back in and like, we're going to do half the script now.
I think season 1 finale was long. I think that was like 37 pages or something like that. Where a normal script is usually like, I try to keep it 20 pages, maybe a little less.
20.
Yeah, 15 to 20. Just because editing is such a
hassle.
Bitch. yeah.
Oh, that was nice.
We can curse on this. We curse an end of all hope. So, yeah, it's just a pain. And so I usually try to keep them pretty short. But I always want, like, the finale to be, like, this epic thing. So, not to jump forward.
It was.
I know.
This time
it was. Because I made you listen to all the episodes, even though you don't like really listening to your voice.
No, it's weird. I don't think like it. I don't know. I don't like it.
I think that's like a girl thing. At least all the girls that I've recorded don't like listening to their voice. Every guy that comes in there, like, what does that sound like? They want to know.
Of course.
I don't know. It's like weird, but that's fine. But yeah, we started releasing in January of this 2018. We released every 2 weeks, and then it was 16 episodes like season 1. So
yeah.
Season 1 was 16. That's also why I made the finale so long, is I was like, I don't want to make more than 16 episodes. I got to wrap it up. But so let's talk about some of the stuff. Basically, when season 1 ended, Jay was off on his own. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to try to use character names so we don't get confused.
I know, that's what I'm, like, use their character names.
We'll use character names, yeah. Unless we're talking about a specific actor. But, yeah, Jay was off on his own, and then Ava and Mark were off thinking Jay's probably dead, but they left, and they're on their own. It was like a new concept, and as I started writing it, I was like, this is kind of cool, because also to record you guys, I could space out the time.
Yeah.
And it made it editing a little bit easier, too, because I didn't have to have you coming to record every single episode.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And then also you didn't have to do as many voiceovers.
You took the words right out. I was going to say.
Although I didn't
have to do all those voiceovers.
I don't think Adam likes the voiceovers either, who plays Jay. But yeah, so I liked splitting up the characters and doing it that way.
I thought it was cool too. Especially in the finale when it like would flip flop back and forth. I thought that was good.
I always try to put like a music transition in there.
Like, just so you know, we're switching.
New scene. Well, it's not a show, so I can't show somebody like the new stuff. So I had to like do some kind of transition into, which I think it worked out. Like, I don't think it's like confusing at all.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems, but I also wrote it, so I might be biased at that point. I don't know. But yeah, so at least you only had to record for, 8 episodes. And Adam, who plays Jay, recorded for the other 8. And then on his side, we have Ambridge and Harris, which are like new regulars to the show. And then you, or Ava and Mark, run into
Crazy family.
Crazy family. I wanted kind of like, the cool thing I thought about when I was like writing it, I didn't want it to be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, because I felt like that was just too quick to have that happen.
Yeah.
But I still wanted like a little bit of crazy.
There was a little bit of crazy.
There's a little bit of crazy with now that guy's name is Adam in the show. And his family wasn't too bad, but he was pretty crazy.
I thought he was really crazy. I think pretty crazy is like very nice.
We introduced like a lot of new characters in this show, and actually recently I've been using Reddit because I'm running out of friends to voice characters.
I'm running out of friends.
I'm trying my hardest to make new friends every week. Okay. It's just so hard. But yeah, so I wanted some new characters to come in and not have the same people voicing. Different characters. So
especially people like me who can't change my voice.
Listen, you can do a Valley Girl, and then you can do your voice. Those are the 2 characters, right? You can do the British thing too.
No, don't make me do it.
Do say crumpets.
No, I don't want to. Okay, next. I don't want to be laughed at. Okay, next.
Fine. But yeah, I keep saying but yeah. Yeah. Take out the but.
God. Let's move it along.
I try to get more like actors to come in, and with Reddit I started going on to like voice work subreddits and try to get some people on, and there was a lot of people who offered their voices, and
Which
I was
is
like,
awesome.
okay, yeah.
I know listening to it, I was like, who plays this person? Because
Yeah.
a lot of the characters or the actors that voice them, I know them, even though I can't always place their voices, which is a credit to them.
That's good, right?
Which is a credit to them.
Right.
But the guy who played Adam, I texted Robert. I was like, who is this?
So the guy who plays Adam is a guy I actually met through a friend who I met through Reddit, and is a guy
I
off
feel like
of
this
Reddit.
is how horror movies start, by the way.
No, it's not like the Craigslist killer. So I met this guy on Reddit, and he was helping me edit last year a different podcast, and he said he had a friend who likes to do voiceovers and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, what about End of All Hope? I need like this bad guy. So I sent it to him, and he sent me the lines, and he did it really quickly. So I'm like, okay, that works for me.
Cool.
And then I got a couple other people. The girl who plays Melissa, I actually met her at a bar. She was playing. She was in a band, and then I started talking about the podcast.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so she came and did that, and then a lot of the like smaller characters that come and go, I met through Reddit. And luckily now I met 3 different editors. So season 3 so far, because season 3 comes out very soon. We'll plug that at the end. But season 3 is not going to be edited by me. It's edited by a new person who I met on Reddit who's been helping me out.
Oh, they're going to hate me.
No, he actually, the first episode I gave him,
Oh, God.
he was like,
I hate her.
well, I was like, sorry, but there's a lot of filler because me and Hope just go back and forth,
Oh, God.
like insulting each other sometimes when we're recording. And I said the same thing for like Jack. Jack goes off on tangents sometimes. So I was like, you're going to have some issues. You're going to have to sift through a lot of that to find the good takes. And after he edited the first episode, which was Ava and Mark mostly, he said, he's like, that was hilarious. He's like, I thought that was cool.
yay.
I was like, all right. I'm like, it just takes a long time.
I have to
so
say,
that's
get
fine.
to episode 5, it's going to be like, I hate her.
Yeah, I can't
hate
do
her.
it anymore. It just takes so much.
Sorry.
No, but he's actually been editing for me, which is really nice because I've been able to focus on the writing more. Whereas season 2, I was doing most of the editing. I think I had a little help with an episode here and there. But like when I had to edit the finale, it took me like 50 hours.
Oh, God.
That was an hour and a half episode. I was like, it probably even took longer than that once I went back and listened through it and fixed things up.
See, when I
added
hear
more
that, I
sound
always
effects.
feel bad. I'm like, I should start doing better.
No. It's not the with the editing
It's
process. It's for me. I hate editing the voices just because it's like a very redundant task. I have to listen to everybody's take, like multiple takes, and then cut it, and then place it with the other line so it sounds right. And then if it doesn't sound right, I got to find a different take, and it just takes a long time. Once it gets to the sound effects and music, I have fun editing. But that first part, because there's so many characters in the season 2 finale, and it goes back and forth, it was just, it was a lot. But other than that, it was still, I think it was still good. And now, because of season 3, I don't have to edit. I can get the writing done, and we're actually moving through pretty fast.
There you go.
I'm releasing this today, obviously, for the people listening, but it's going to be the first week in March. I think it's March 7th is going to be the season 3
Release
premiere. Yeah. So it's only like 2 weeks away. Are you excited?
Are you asking me or the people that can't respond?
I'm asking you because I can't get a response.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I don't know.
Now I'm like, what? Try not to give things away, like,
Yeah,
which is hard. I'm like,
don't spoil
wait,
it.
okay, what
Right.
happened? And then, okay, so don't say anything.
Well, because you've already recorded for, I'd say, like half of season 3.
I was going to say, I think I've done a bunch for season 3.
And we already got a lot of episodes edited and ready for release. We'll probably stick to a 2-week release schedule still. But yeah, I just don't mention anything from season 3 yet. Not yet.
Okay, I'll try.
No, I mean, people know the end of season 2. We can spoil some stuff. Like, I just want to talk about just some of the story elements real quick. Mainly, Harris passed away.
I actually really liked Harris's character.
I know. And
I did.
And like, I don't want to like go this far behind the scenes, but one of the reasons why I killed him off was because Harris is actually voiced by a friend of mine. And
oh yeah, you told me.
And he's going to be a main character in Paralyzed, which is another fictional show we're doing. and I kind of just didn't want the clash to like get him to record both simultaneously. But also story-wise, his death actually does play into season 3 a little bit with Jay. So I think it worked out well. And sometimes that happens with like people recording. Some people move away. I had a friend, she moved while we were recording Paralyzed. Luckily, she's not in End of All Hope, but she moved to Miami, which is 5 hours from us. And she's only in town like once every other month. And I'm like, yeah, this is a pain. So sometimes when people drop out or they can't record for some reason, I have to like write out their characters. And it's hard sometimes.
Did you kill me in Paralyzed so I could do End of All Hope?
No, but when you died in Paralyzed, spoiler for Paralyzed, but we won't say your character's name, so they won't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
When you died in Paralyzed, I was like, oh yeah, like I need a lead character for End of All Hope, and your name's Hope. Felt like it just kind of connected there. Yeah, and you were like, yeah, I'll do it.
Sure. It was back in 2015. I don't remember this conversation.
And that was before you realized that there was going to be voiceovers and stuff.
I remember like I was going to move and you were like, don't move.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you move, though, because you're like the main character, I'd have to buy you a microphone and a mixing board.
I'm the main character. That's
you are
so
the main
much
character.
Pressure. I know.
I know. The show's
I feel like I share it a little
back.
bit right now with...
Right, with Jay.
Jay.
Right.
Not his real name. Because he has to do just as many voiceovers as me. And I love it.
I know, that back and forth. I do like the back and forth.
I did too. I really liked it in season 2.
Yeah. So I think that especially now with the way season 2 ended, you have now just Jay and Ambridge, and then you have Mark and Ava still. And Mark and Ava don't know Jay's alive.
That's true.
So something interesting might happen, you know? They don't know.
You never know. Don't give too much away now.
I don't know.
Don't give anything away now.
I'm not going to. But I do also want to say that...
Who's a better duo?
Oh, don't make me pick.
Yeah.
You mean story-wise? Like character-wise?
If Robert, you were in this story, who would you rather be paired up with? Ava and Mark or Ambridge and Jay?
I mean, Ambridge is in the military.
Yes, but Jay is not.
I know. Jay's like kind of like the...
And Ava and Mark work really well together, and they always get it out. I would be with Ava and Mark, which says a lot. Because I didn't always love Ava's character.
Are you saying that because they have a truck?
Yeah, sure.
They have supplies in a truck. Ambridge and Jay do not right now.
And we're better.
You're saying that's a bias.
It's completely.
I mean, no, I think the fact that Ambridge is in the military and then Jay is not useless, but not he doesn't. He has
things. He knew about things.
He knows. He's got knowledge on his side.
He knows things.
A little bit, but he's still also a little bit goofy and like not completely aware.
Which would be fun to like not to have
not fun during an apocalypse.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I
just feel like you have like one strong, and then like.
I do think Ava and Mark are both strong in their own right.
What?
I'm saying, like, with you were going to say...
in their own right?
Well,
in what ways is Ava not strong? She's perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm saying, like, Mark's a very, like, go do this kind of stuff, but Ava's more, like, witty and...
There's a balance with Mark and Ava.
Right.
We're a good duo.
Yeah, they complement each other. And also for the fact that, like, Mark, even if he gets annoyed with Ava, he still is, like, by her side and vice versa. Like, they complement each other. I think it works out.
I do too. I would vote for them.
But who knows what shenanigans they'll get into in season 3.
Who knows?
And I do want to say that season 3, the way I'm writing it right now, because it's not completely written, I probably won't have 16 episodes for season 3. I think it's going to be a little bit longer, and I'm not going to do an hour and a half.
Thank God.
It'll be a longer finale because I like epic finales, but it's not going to be
an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's not going to be a mini movie for the ears.
Okay.
Little audio movie, because that's essentially what that was. And then the last story element I kind of want to just brush on, because you mentioned it before the show, was the whole algae plant-like stuff.
Yes.
Because it's talked about, especially
that's what
in the later
I wanted to know,
season.
like, okay, so what do I know right now?
Right, compared to...
End of season 2,
yeah.
what do I know? Because I couldn't remember, like...
Yeah, because you don't want to go too far. Right. Yeah. But I did start including that like later in the season. I think it was like halfway through, like Ava and Mark stumble upon something, and then
Jay.
Yeah, Jay and them get like splashed with it. To not go too much into detail with that because, you know, things might pop up later on, but I'm trying to ultimately create like this idea that the aliens are here to stay and they're doing something, and the fact that the Thrashers, which are the bigger alien types that came through the asteroids or through the comets and stuff, meteors. God, I always forget.
I was like, you wrote it, right?
Yeah, meteors. Those creatures are actually like they're vegetarian. They're eating like this plant-like substance, but they're still attacking people. And it's like, why are they attacking people if they're not eating the people? Why do they attack that deer without, you know, killing it and stuff? And it's gonna come up, but I'm trying to create this like world where these creatures are here for different reason. It's not just necessarily like they're just trying to kill people. Yeah. Like they're laying down this plant-like stuff.
I'm like so quiet because I don't want to say anything and ruin anything.
And I'm trying to like
so I'm like, Robert, like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not saying anything and ruining this.
I won't go too far anymore. Like, I'll stop there. But you'll find out why.
I will say it's very interesting, and that's why I had like a lot of questions.
Right. But, and we'll get into it with the season 3 recap when we do the season 3 recap. If I even like, depending on how much I talk about in season 3. I try to do it a little bit, like the show is a little bit more slow paced, and I know some people have commented on that. But the reason for that is
because I want to.
Yeah, no, I'm writing it. You know what?
Whatever.
I'm going to do what I want. It's my show. It's free to listen to. Just, you know, whatever. No, but I like a slower paced anyways.
Especially for this kind of concept. I think it should be slower paced.
Well, because I feel like a lot of apocalyptic movies will do like the whole like, here's asteroids hitting everything. Bam. And then all of a sudden it's like cut to 5 years later and they're living like Bird Box and shit. Yeah. Like spoiler. But they do like a time jump.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to do a time jump. I want it to slowly build over
Which is cool.
Right. So they're learning about this stuff as they go, but also they're not going to get all the answers right away because I feel like that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like who's going to know why they're spraying algae or whatever it is? You know, you're not going to know right away. So we'll slowly build upon that as it continues.
Progresses.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I just don't want to say too much because again, like you said, I don't want to get confused with what season 2 and what season 3.
I know, I'm not saying anything. Sorry.
I'll at least season 3 is coming out in 2 weeks.
Obviously, we know that it doesn't. Oh God, it doesn't.
She's signing to me.
It doesn't.
Right.
Kill you. Okay, good. I'm like, that happened, right?
That's fine,
that happened to Jay and Ambridge and Harris? Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Right.
So, yeah, it doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
So what is its purpose is what you should be asking yourself.
We'll find out. And then also with season 3, I do want to say, I was talking about the Reddit finding actors. I actually have like a lot of new characters coming in season 3.
You're going to be getting a lot of texts as I'm like listening to it.
like who's this?
Hey, who plays this character?
Well, I'm telling you right now, a lot of them are people that I met on Reddit who have been voicing characters for me.
That's cool.
With multiple podcasts. So, and then I usually give somebody like a small part with another podcast, and then if they're good at acting and their microphone and the
technology,
all the sound, it sounds good, then I'll give them a bigger part and be like, do you want to be in End of All Hope,
which is like the best one?
Well, End of All Hope and Paralyzed, which we mentioned Paralyzed earlier, which is our horror fiction, if you haven't listened to it, both of those are doing really well download wise. We've actually tripled numbers last year, and I think it's because we stayed consistent with releases. So that's what I'm trying to do with this one. That's with this next season. And that's why I found I needed to find editors because
it's too much.
Yeah, I like writing. Don't really like editing that much. Just did it because I had to. So hopefully we'll keep with that 2-week release schedule going through, and it probably will be longer than 16 episodes. So that'd be cool.
There we go.
Yeah. Let's see. I just want to see if I need to touch upon anything else. I guess that's pretty much it.
I guess that's good.
I don't want to keep this too long. This is just like a little bit of a recap.
Let's just make this an hour and a half.
No, not a long. It doesn't need to be an epic recap. No, but I appreciate you coming in and talking. Otherwise, it was just going to be me because once again, Nick, who plays Mark, couldn't make it. Nick's got kids.
Did you ask
and
him?
A family. I asked him like
because I remember
a
you were
month
like
and a half ago,
Okay.
and he was like,
"Dude, no."
He was like, maybe, and I was like, nah, forget it.
I was going to say because every time we talked, you're like, "It's me, you, and Adam who plays Jay,"
right?
Which was last week.
And I could have gotten Jack, who plays Ambridge, but Jack's also pretty busy right now with work and stuff, and it's. I try to get him in here just to record for voices, and then
because you don't want to lose that voice.
We don't.
I always make jokes because Jack is like in everything because he's so good.
Right, he does a lot of characters.
Whatever.
So, I'll to segue into all the podcasts we do because Jack does a lot of the podcasts. He voices a lot of characters, but we do 7 different podcasts under the 7 Lamb Productions umbrella. And we just joined Spreaker. We used to be hosted on Blog Talk Radio, so we transferred over to Spreaker. I think Blog Talk did some kind of deal with them where they transferred all their podcasters under Spreaker. So now that we're on Spreaker, I was able to change some things. I was finally able to change the author on the podcast. So when you search for End of All Hope, it'll say by 7 Lamb Productions. So you can actually search now if you're on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you're listening to these podcasts. You can search for 7 Lamb and all of our podcasts will pop up.
Name those podcasts.
And I'm going to do that right now.
Name those
we
podcasts.
Have Paralyzed.
I'm in that one.
End of All Hope.
In that one.
Chair of Swords. Aren't you in that one?
I think I do like little characters.
Yeah.
I'm in that one.
That's a spoof of Game of Thrones. We have Cop Doctors.
I'm in that one.
You're in that one.
Okay.
A couple episodes.
Unless I'm like a character. Usually I'm just like, hey, play this nurse.
Yeah. I mean.
Unless it's like a character, I'm like, am I in that one?
I think in Cop Doctors you play nurse.
I remember that one. I remember being the nurse in that one.
Cop Doctors is another like goofy one where it's cops by day, doctors by night.
Good.
Then we have Story, which is a fictional one about my walk across the country.
Not in
it's
that
a
one.
dramedy.
So
I think you might have played in
kidding.
one episode. A side character.
Whatever.
Nothing big.
Whatever.
And then we have Atlas Avenue Beat, which is another comedy. It's a film noir detective comedy. And you play a couple characters in
I was
that
going to
too.
say, yeah, I've been in that one a few
And then the
times.
last one is actually not an audio drama. It's a non-fictional called Across America. And it's 4 years ago I walked across the country.
So
it's just my
crazy.
story. It's just my story about that. So you can listen to any of that stuff if you search for 7 Lamb under Spreaker. I think we're on Spotify now. We should be on Spotify now. iTunes, Stitcher. I'm trying to think what else. I'm hoping we're going to be on iHeartRadio soon. And then...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got to submit all the podcasts to that, but I am enjoying Spreaker so far, as in how their hosting is and everything, and how easy it is to connect to everything. Probably get on YouTube soon too. And then I do want to say that there is another podcast that we're releasing soon.
I wrote it down, so I didn't.
So I didn't forget, but
Not so because I didn't want to say it, and you're like, oh, we're not supposed to talk about that.
No. I'm fine with plugging. I'm hoping to be releasing 3 new podcasts this year.
Ooh, ooh.
But the first one is going to be a kind of audio sitcom. It's just going to be a sitcom.
I'm in that one.
And you're in that. You're a character
That's why
in
I
that
cared,
one.
because
and
I was in it.
Very movie-centric. It's called Movie Night. And it's just it's about a lot
movies.
about movies. And it's just about some friends who have a movie night, but they go through some stuff. And it's basically like kind of like a traditional sitcom, but it's in audio format. So that'll be cool. And yeah. So you're in a lot of podcasts just like Jack is.
Yeah, but Jack has big roles.
I know.
I have
He's in a
hey,
lot of
play this
characters.
nurse that walks through this hallway. Go.
Yeah, but you're so good at playing
Aw, thanks.
nurse.
I wanted to be typecast as a nurse because I was a nurse in a lot of things.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
You've played in too many podcasts. So you can check out all of those podcasts. You can also go to www.7lamb.com. That's the number 7lamb.com. And you can find all of our podcasts on there. And then also, like I plugged earlier, Patreon. patreon.com/7lamb, the number 7LAMB. We're on there. And Hope mentioned bloopers. We have bloopers for multiple podcasts, along with scripts that are uploaded on there. Some of the music that we play during the episodes I put on there. I do want to thank the people who produce the music for us. Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com. He has like great stuff. A lot of people use his stuff. I listen to YouTube now, and there'll be like a song from End of All Hope that I've used, and I'm like, what? And then I'll see it's like Kevin McLeod.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because he provides royalty-free music for anybody.
My favorite name. Say my favorite name.
And then we do use music from Eldritch T'Challa.
Great name.
Great name, right?
Great name.
He's produced a lot of music for us for both End of All Hope and Paralyzed, and a lot of his music, especially in the finale.
Yeah.
He does like this kind of like industrial type, like hardcore type music, and it doesn't always play with like the softer scenes, obviously, but when there's the action stuff, I'll play a lot of his music, and in the finale, there's a lot of action. So I played a lot of his music, so you can check out his stuff. You can go to reverbnation.com/nemesisblack. And I also do want to plug Amberlynn Nicole, who plays Melissa. She's, like I said, I met her. She was playing in a bar. If you go to youtube.com/Amberlynn Nicole, you can find a lot of her music on there. And some of her music is going to be in season 3. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you can check out all that. And if you haven't yet, leave us a rating. We enjoy those.
Very much so.
And if it's 5 stars, that's even better.
just do that. If you
Just
have a lower rating, don't do it.
Yeah, you don't even have to leave a comment. You don't have to say why it's 5 stars or why it's not 5 stars.
And if the answer is that person who plays Ava is awesome,
well,
I'll say thank you.
I know, but we don't want to exaggerate.
All right.
Just kidding. Yeah, so anyways, thanks for listening to End of All Hope, and I like doing these recap episodes. We're going to keep doing them.
We're ending with a question. Who was your favorite recurring character and new character? Go.
Wait, recurring from season 1? Well, there's only 4.
Okay, well, one of those 4. I'm staring him down.
I probably will say Ava. I remember we talked shit about Ava in the first season a little bit.
I didn't talk shit about Ava. I just, like, me and her are very different.
Right.
She's my favorite character recurring in season 2. I really liked her.
I think she was, yeah.
I really liked
the way I wrote her
development.
I'm trying to change her up a little bit and, like, yeah, give her some.
She's more
she's
compassionate,
still pretty strong, right?
But
she's
still
strong.
badass and a leader, and she gets shit done. I really liked her.
Yeah, she's still hard-headed though. She still does kind of.
Yeah, but that's like human. You know,
I know.
Like that's just how we are.
All right, who's your favorite new character? It's not gonna be the guy who plays Adam.
He scares me.
Yeah, you didn't
no,
like that.
No. He scares me.
Neil?
No.
Harris.
I liked Harris. I thought that
Harris was in season 1.
I liked his character, and I just thought that like his story was a little. It was like opposite of Ambridge, but the same as Ambridge too. Like his.
I feel
character,
like he was a little bit more. Well, he kind of convinced, I think,
and he
Ambridge
was like
to
funny,
travel west,
and he was like, a little bit of Ambridge and a little bit of Jay,
right?
Like,
well, then you're gonna love Paralyzed season 3 because Ryan Wiggs, who plays,
is it the
Harris,
same character?
It's the same guy. It's Harris,
and he's a good actor. I don't know him, I'm not like just giving plugs.
No, I will say as a new character. I mean, I don't know. I think for me, I do like Adam as like a bad guy. I know so his voice is very like it's like deep and like
menacing
I know.
and not like no.
But I liked it when he sent me that. I was like,
but
I
that just means how good he is. Like it was just no.
That first time where they shoot the truck and then the truck crashes and stuff, and he walks up and he's got like the gun and stuff.
No.
I liked editing that part.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty intense.
Have you ever heard that actor like speak? Like, does he talk like that?
Yeah, he doesn't. No, he's British. He's like
he's British.
Yeah, I think he lives in the UK and he doesn't. Lucas Webley.
It's very scary.
He does a lot of voices for me too recently. So yeah, he's really good. I will say I liked Melissa too. She helped him out. Okay. She helped him escape.
Yes.
If it wasn't for her,
but I wouldn't say like I'm like,
I know she wasn't
I love
great because
Melissa.
she is like kind
good
of
for
like,
her,
right?
but she wasn't like my favorite.
I know,
But
she
I
still
thought we
helped.
had a lot of good characters.
Yeah, and actually, that's what I'm really excited for with season 3. I wrote a lot of new characters that I think people are going to like.
New characters. I always like new characters.
And some of them you don't know. They might carry on, and some of them might leave, and some of them might die. You never know. But I wrote a bunch of new ones, and I'm like pretty excited with the voice acting talent that we got for the new ones.
There we go.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that does it for this recap episode. See, I told you it'd only be a half an hour. Yeah, it's a little over.
I was
That's
like,
fine.
it's over.
But season 3 releases. I should have brought it in here, but the first week of March, so it's almost here. Season 3. Look forward to that, and thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. This has been a 7 Lamb production.